PRX T1 semi-final. Rito? Rito Games.
T1 take down Genji.
Oh my gosh, T1
Ini saatnya si Susanto Brother berhadapan lagi ya. Kevin. Dan siapa namanya sih?
일반 시즌에서 너무 못했어서
제선.
그거를 이제 다 이겨내고 상하이에 진출했으니까 너무 행복합니다. 다들 긍정적인 선수긴 하지만 특히나 카르페 선수가 작년처럼 되게 긍정적인 콜 그리고 팀이 부진할 때 되게 일어나라는 콜 그런 게 되게 많이 도움이 됐던 것 같습니다.
PRX punch their ticket to Master Shanghai.
I'm really happy that we managed to win. With this match against DRX, Forsaken called a lot and it really helped us because we won many crucial rounds based on his calling. He played a really big part of this win. For Masters Madrid, I wasn't there, but now I'm really happy that I'm able to play in Masters Shanghai.
어떻게 보면 저희랑 조금 비슷한 바이브를 가진 부분이 있거든요. 약간 공격적이고 상황 변수에 좀 대처가 능하다. 그런 부분이 되게 정말 견제가 많이 될 것 같고요. 마인드 프릭이 요새 정말 클러치를 잘해요.
The swing out, but Mind Freak.
클러치의 진짜 신이라고 할 정도로 잘하는 것 같은데 요새는 마인드 프릭 선수 경기가 됩니다.
Dia bisa lah. The God of Clutch.
T1 has really
Main
shown a lot
prek.
of improvement and they're slowly getting their form, so I definitely think that they are tough competitors.
Nah, coba main freak itu setiap situasi 1v2, 1v3, 1v4 tuh hampir 100% tuh dia berhasil nge-clutch.
팬들 여러분들도 응원하면서 지켜봐 주시면 좋겠습니다.
Jadi ketika pemain PRX sama main freak tuh pemain lawan yang udah tahu tuh mereka tetap hati-hati bro. Bila pun 3 lawan 1 pun mereka tetap hati-hati. Ini si God of Clutch bro.
T1.
Before yesterday, T1 was considered the underdogs amongst the 4 remaining playoff teams. Few believed they would make it to Shanghai, let alone by sending Genji off to lowers in a convincing fashion. This great org is
Kevin
forced to be
seperti baru bangun ya,
This is
kasihan dia.
T1.
Mungkin dia kelelahan ya.
A force to be reckoned with, but the team on the other side of the stage, Victoria, a big challenge for them.
And now PRX coming onto stage here, the pioneers of Control Chaos, the most aggressive team in the world. The critics said full W couldn't be done. They said the agent comps don't make sense. Yet here they are once more in the upper finals of playoffs, reaching here by shattering records again in the fastest gameplay in VCT franchise league history. It's the one and only PRX. Now, these 2 guys on stage have largely influenced the current team's meta. They're brothers.
Oke, di sini aku dukung PRX tentu saja. Karena ada 2 pemain Indonesia di sana. Kalau di T1 cuma 1. Kalau di T1 dan 3 aku pilih T1 ya untuk didukung.
Fist bumps exchange, but I think that's about where all the pleasantries are going to end as we get ready to go into this series. These 2 organizations have played against each other a multitude of times now in VCT Pacific history. This will be the 6th outing and across.
Tapi T1 sekarang sampai semifinal gini, mereka sudah tidak bisa dianggap remeh lagi ya.
Off of PRX, let alone gotten a victory.
Mereka mengalahkan tim Secret dan tim Genji, di mana PRX itu kesulitan melawan tim Secret. Kemarin aja kalah. PRX melawan tim Secret sekarang. Dan sebelumnya pas Jing baru masuk melawan tim Genji kalah. PRX.
Win against this team as well as just the chances to get into international that they
couldn't
get because of the PRX.
Now, we were talking about IGLs, and you pointed out, Asterai, that it's very fascinating how these 2 brothers work. Xcurate on one side, pioneering through the FPS esports titles and probably showing Jason a thing or 2, but it also goes the other way.
Yeah, again, that we do know Xcurate is just the bomb on Chamber, but him trying to branch out, showing a lot more extra roles was because he was getting help from his little brother that has that experience on so many roles, so many agents. So now, will that be the downfall here of PRX coming into this series?
Side player leading the charge there for T1 as they take their seats. He needs to be the one leading the charge in the game itself.
Now we are gonna go into the first game of today. This is gonna be a good one. We got T1 versus Paper Rex. Let's go over to our casters who are gonna take us through all the action.
Ya, let's go.
Thank
Ngomong
you
lagi.
guys on the analyst
Presenter dia ngomong lagi.
With me is Paper Thin today, and we are getting ready for Paper X up against T1. This one, on paper, all of us did go for Paper X, but T1 have been on a massive winning streak here in the playoffs. How are you doing today, Paper Thin?
I'm doing great, really excited, other than it's really rainy today in Seoul, but other than that, I mean, the matches are going to be great today. I think, obviously, yes, Paper X, the favorites, but T1 have been showing incredible form. They've been showing really good decisiveness, really good decision-making with X-Curate at the helm right now, and they've got some good sub-calling, and it seems like some of their players are really stepping up, like Rossi and Saya, like the desk was talking about. So, really excited here. Lotus is going to be our first map, and this should be a banger. Both these teams are so damn good at this map.
Yeah, I think we're going to know right from the get-go if
Tuh,
T1 is
Mansipur
ready
second
to
pakai
roll
si
with Paper
Bridge.
X. They choose Lotus. They have
Maksudku,
looked fantastic on this map.
ya
So
sebelumnya
is
juga
Paper X,
lawan
so definitely
DRX
can
juga
be seen as a bit
pakai
of a risk, but
Bridge,
also
tapi
comfort for
kan
the
biasanya
side
siapa?
of T1. And
Oke,
that's why I
Kevin.
say I think
Halo.
we're going to know right from the get-go, because if they
Oke,
falter
masih
here,
sama
I
T1.
think Paper X, they start to get rolling, they start to get the vibes up, they start to fool around, you know, in comms, and as they're destroying you, that's when they're scariest. But T1 have been dominating their matches that they have played so far in the playoffs, including up against some really strong teams. So far, in terms of the comps, anything that stands out to you, Paper Thin?
No, this is what you expect. I mean, I think, again, a lot of people, if you've missed the last couple of days, shame on you, first of all. Second of all, there is a breach now for Paper X. Forsaken has added yet another agent to his agent pool.
Potongan aku bukannya agak ngejek ya, tapi potongan rambutnya samping yang sekarang itu kayak lebih kayak apa ya? Kelihatannya lebih kayak bapak-bapak ya, bapak-bapak PNS. Si samping, ya lihat. Nah, sebelumnya kan gondrong kan lebih keren menurut gue.
You have that extra set of flashes there to help, something really pop off.
Yeah, I mean, in terms
Tapi
of the
betul,
defender
pendek itu
side, we have
bagusnya tuh
seen what they were able
kelihatan
to
lebih
do up
segar
against
mukanya.
DRX, and especially that last half on the last map that they played, which was Bind. We saw something pushing out, getting solo kills. We saw the team pushing out and just absolutely rolling over them. Even from the defensive side, they're like, no, we're just going to WQ into them. It doesn't matter, whatever side we're playing, we're just going to up the tempo. We're going to run at you, and we're going to gun you down. So I think it's very important for T1 to keep that mental very stable, because I do feel like DRX unfortunately did falter a bit towards the end of that best of 3, and that's where Paper X will get you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing about Paper X is they are very, very strong mentally. I don't think this is something that this team gets enough credit for, is the fact that time and time again they have like really rough starts or a really rough map, and they just flip on a dime, and they are right back in it, and it rarely feels like they're out of it, barring a couple big matches internationally that they kind of stumbled a little bit. I think other than that, they're a fearsome team for what you were talking about earlier, Valdez, that they're having fun out there, and when they're having fun, that's when you're just out there laughing, drawing hearts on the walls, and
yeah,
it's just so difficult to beat them when they're like that.
Running down mid, stealing aces away from Jing, it's, staring in his face, it's overwhelming for sure, and I think that we'll have to wait and see if something like that does happen today. As you guys might notice, we do have a slight delay before getting into Lotus, but hopefully we can get this figured out and jump right onto the first map and see how it does go. X-Curate hopping onto the chamber. I am excited to see if he can pull off some nice stuff on this map personally. Also, Saya player was a big player in terms of like the crazy shots on the side of T1. He was the one getting the crazy flicks, and obviously his operator play is, I mean, it's just incredible. So we'll have to wait and see if he can turn up the heat for this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all really looking for here is, how good are these op plays going to be for the side of T1, whether it be X-Curate or Saya. Sometimes both of them are opping, if they start really rolling in their rounds and they have enough cash accumulated, they'll do that. Forsaken did say he's got some plans how to deal with his brother's chamber, and that's what I'm kind of curious about, is really watching that breach to see if he's got some good fault line setups, maybe some good aftershocks to keep an angle held so that his team can cross and things like that, so that X-Curate can't really get comfortable. But that's something that I'm really keen about today. Is I'm really going to be focusing on that breach, because he put up 18 assists against DRX yesterday, so he clearly is having a ton of impact on this agent.
Yeah, definitely something that they just bring in for the power of the breach alone. Seems like we need 2 minutes, by the way, guys, before we do hop onto this map. But, you know, I was casting with William. He's like, maybe they were preparing up against the Neon. You know, Governor likes to pull that out. But you see them bring it out here once again, same composition. And not necessarily going to expect that same agent pick from the side of T1. So just seems like a straight-up good pick in his mind that he wants to play against anything. And that works with their composition specifically. As you mentioned, I think, you know, tons of setup in terms of, you know, getting flashes on the site. Entries are going to be so easy, and even just pushing out of the defensive side just makes it so easy when you do have that much initiation. And, of course, the double duelist. So certainly does feel like it fits Paper X's play style really well.
I agree. I fully agree. And I think Alex might have given away a little bit of maybe why this happened on the desk when he was being interviewed here earlier, that he's, you know, they were talking about Mindfreak hated playing on Rubble and why he hated it, but Alex said that it's the most important spot on the map, and Breach gives you extra control over it, right? I mean, fault lines allow you to block people coming out of A lobby really well, or just fault line the back of Rubble itself. You have the aftershocks to clear the back of Rubble, you have the flashes as well, so I think that's probably part of the equation here as well, is really helping Mindfreak out. Take a Rubble control and maintain it. So I think it just, in general, gives a lot more flexibility here to Paper X than what the Cypher would bring.
Yeah, and if you're pushing on to it from the attacker side as well, the aftershock just to clear the back of the Rubble, to make sure you just control that area, it's pretty strong. So as you mentioned, maybe giving away some secret technology, some secret information, but I think, you know, if you're a coach and you watch what Breach was doing, what Forsaken was doing on that map, you know, you can kind of learn it anyway, so it's kind of out in the open at this point. And we did have, as I mentioned before, everybody predicting Paper X for this matchup. Did that surprise you at all, that nobody kind of went for the T1 upset?
No, I thought maybe like Asarai or William might go for it, because they sometimes like to throw those out there, but it's hard to pick against Paper X, especially with how they looked yesterday. I mean, they were so dominant. When they're feeling themselves, I don't think there's any team in the world that can beat them. I mean, they're just too darn good, and Devi's playing out of his mind this year again. I mean, I know a lot of people who are watching FNS's stream have gotten the kind of Devi belief in them, because he's been glazing Devi a lot. But I mean, I think it's just really, really insane how good he's been the last couple of years, and I think a lot of people don't understand that it's his utility usage and his shooting. He's really good at setting up. People like something in Jing in particular with this guy, using those flashes incredibly well. He's so good off the cuff. He's so fast to get to those positions, and he's just like, it's like they don't even have to think about it. It's so fast. So I'm a huge Devi fan, have been for a long time now, and you're seeing it in the games and in the stats and everything.
Well, guys, it seems like this delay is going to take a little bit longer than we did expect. Sorry about that. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Lotus.
Wah. Ini aku sudah streaming 15 menit dan belum mulai juga. Para pemain sudah di depan meja tapi belum mulai juga. Gak apa-apa. Iklan. Iklan apa ya? Baju kah? Wonderful Indonesia? Baju kayaknya. Iklan baju? Polo. Ah iya, polo. Iklan baju.
I just want you to be more patient because these guys just play contact. So
Okay, Team Secret, we need you guys on the stage now. Come on, let's go.
let's go. Let's go.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Enough with the commercial. Just start the game. What the start the game, bro? I just want to watch it, bro. Semi-final. T1 versus PRX. Come on. Hey. This not.
立ち日グループ100周年。私たちは愛する立川にかつてないワクワクや感動に出会う場所を作ってきました。
Jepang,
そして
iklan
今
apa ini?
大きな
Iklan
夢
bangunan
の
ya?
実現に挑戦しています。立川と世界を文化、芸術、スポーツでつなぐ。私たちが愛する立川を世界に愛される都市に。立川と世界をつなぐ。立ち日グループ。
Tachi Group. Oh, ada gantungan headsetnya. Zoe.
Hello
Siap,
and
siap.
welcome
Okay, let's go, let's
back.
go, let's
We're
go.
here after that short commercial
Let's go,
break,
let's
and
go.
we're getting ready for the first map of T1 up
Can wait,
against
can wait.
PRX, which will be Lotus, as long
I mean,
as
good
the
job.
issue was solved, which, based on the fact that we're back, I hope it is, Paper Thin.
Yeah, I think we should be good to go here pretty soon, but should be an awesome one. And look at that music, look at that camera shot. I think we're ready.
We are ready. Map number 1, T1 versus
Yeah, we're ready.
PRX.
Just go.
We'll have to wait and see who is going to take this first one by storm, who is going to get the early lead in this series.
Okay.
And I think also a lot of people are paying attention to see if T1 can
Lihat
actually
T1,
step up to
ada
the
3
plate
orang
up
yang beli
against
shield.
PRX.
Mereka
They
agak
do
berhati-hati ya.
have that kind
Cuma
of play
PRX
style
saja
that
si
can
Manfred
match
saja yang beli
PRX's
shield di
aggression,
PRX.
which perhaps we didn't quite see in full
Tapi kita
from
lihat ya, ini
PRX
ronde
yesterday.
pertama.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this is a good litmus test for T1 to see
Seringkali
exactly what
jika
form they're going to be in. You know,
tim
getting
musuh
into Shanghai. You know, they
kalah,
got there.
jika
Now let's
tim
see
PRX menang
how well
dalam
they're prepared.
dalam
I think,
ronde
you know,
pistol,
if this upward trend
kalian
continues,
celaka.
they're definitely going to be
Tim musuh
a threat
celaka. Kalau
coming
PRX
into that
sudah
event.
menang ronde
You'd
pistol,
love to get the win here. You'd
biasanya
love to
tim
finish
musuh
it, you know, as
dibantai.
strong as
Tak
possible, but
sebisa-bisa.
obviously PRX going to be very, very difficult. I will say one thing for PRX is your pistol rounds weren't so great yesterday, so that might be something they're looking to improve on, but could be a crunch coming through this door potentially.
Yeah, we do have Xcaret here. He is going to hit the one shot. We also have Carpe and Rossi trying to hold down the fort, but Forsaken picks up 2 as well. So a very back and forth trade overall. And now they're looking at C. Rossi going to get that dink. And now that might push them back just a little bit. Meanwhile, Saya trying to take this Sheriff duel up against Forsaken's Ghost. And they are going to push onto him.
I think he's going to be ready. Forsaken pushed ahead of that nade. It's going to be really tough. He's gotten all the way around. Saya might be none the wiser to this.
Oh, man.
What a maneuver
They're
here.
going A, bro.
This is very sneaky.
This is extremely sneaky.
Saya, is he going to expect it is the real
Saya.
question. He's about to take this corner, and he's still going
Dia
to hit
membacanya
this
dengan baik
shot.
ya.
It looked like he was
Tapi
very
sekarang
much
1v1
caught
ya.
off guard. But at least he hits the shot, and now that brings us to 1v1.
Kalau dilihat
Rossi's been really
dari
good in
utilnya sih,
clutches, so Forsaken 3 kills on the round
Python
already.
menang sih.
Gonna need the 4K
Dia
to
punya
flush
Wiley.
this one out.
Forsaken just gonna get in the
Tapi tidak tahu
tree
sih
and
tadi ya.
pass over right before Rossi
Si
makes his way
Rossi.
out of the site. So now Rossi, he
Forsaken.
might have an inkling that he could be in tree. Obviously, this plant is
Dia
very
naik.
good for tree coverage.
Wah, si
But
Rossi
let's see if
hati-hati
Rossi
lagi.
can handle it. The classic up against the Ghost at this range should go all the way of Forsaken. See if he can take the win, and yes, he
Oh,
will.
hampir, hampir.
4K
Nice, nice,
for
nice.
Forsaken on the first round to
Okay.
bring PRX their pistol round.
Yeah,
Hampir
these are the things that
tipis-tipis
make
menang tipis.
Paper
Tapi
X
bagus
so
ya
tricky. I
menang.
mean, all the credit to Saya for reading that they could have gone through towards spawn and at least getting one there. Forsaken, though, just spraying through
Hah?
smoke.
Dia spray.
Unfair how that works, but the flank angle nice there. So
Dia spray dan dia dapat
counter-maneuver
2.
by Forsaken,
Si
really,
Forsaken.
really good. Just barely able to get through with that win. 22 health left. Nice attempt, but
Oke.
I like what T1 did. Honestly, I think they had a pretty decent round, except for they just didn't account for Forsaken, and that kind of cost them that round. And once again, going to be turning up the pace. Xcure looking for that headshot. He's going to get it.
Nice, Kevin.
That's going to be an excellent start now for the side of T1, but Paper X not to be outdone. They are going to charge onto the C site, and now with their superior firepower,
T1
they will
save
get
you.
onto the site relatively
Mereka tidak mau
easily.
beli pistol. Tidak
Xcure
mau
at least
beli
getting
iya,
one
senjata.
kill, but Paper X
Cuma
now
si
going to go
saya
for the
saja
plants here on
beli
C.
Marshall.
Well,
Beli Marshall.
see what they want to do. Here's a Marshall in Saya's hands as he's
Ini saya
wrapping all
tuh
the way
ngeflank
through.
aja takut ya,
Hacker
gitu.
spawn,
Slow bisa.
getting out there. Yeah. Good for the one on the Carpe. Izu thinking about it, but Divide just trades right back.
Kalau ngeflank saja bro, itu PPX tidak punya sentinel loh.
Right as Jing went right behind the wall. Probably not expecting it was
Mungkin karena
easier now,
posisinya
Saya
4 lawan 1
just looking
jadi
to get in
dia
position
agak
to die to the
hati-hati.
spike. So early good start here for Paper X, although that first Saya with his Marshall that he always seems to have. Maybe he can look for a pick onto Forsaken first. Forsaken will try to challenge him here, and yeah, he's just going to take him down. Easy as that.
What's going to be scary
Pasti
coming into
muncul
this next
Marshall
round is
kelihatan gitu, dia
Forsaken's one
langsung
away from his
refleksi
rolling
Forsaken.
thunder already. And so that's going to be something that T1 has to consider. How do they want to play this? Do they want to contest, you know, the C orb or something like that to see if they can prevent that from happening? Because that could be one of those
Moncong
factors
itunya
that leads to
kelihatan.
a bonus conversion here for Paper X if they can get that rolling thunder online and use it to take over a site. Now,
Oke, sekarang
Paper X
mereka main
isn't
serius nih. Sekarang mereka main serius
always
nih, T1.
going to play that way.
Mereka beli
They'll
stats sekarang.
mess with your minds a little bit. You'll think they're going to play for an orb, but actually they're just going to come right at you. So that's what makes this team so difficult to go up against. You can see Xcure, they've got 3, in fact 4 if you count the door.
Oke.
Bit of damage done trying to contest this orb.
Yeah, they are going to put up the smoke here, and something just going to tap it. And now here comes the contest from the side of T1, trying to get on top of something, but something with a guardian. This is lighting them up, picks up
Hampir 3
2.
itu.
But it is going to be traded back pretty heavily by the
3.
side of T1, as they do at least pick up some kills
Hampir
after
3 sama
something.
T1, tapi ini pakai
Some is 2, but now
guardian.
on the wraparound here, Carpe trying to push on in, but you can see that Paper X is already on the A site.
Yeah, and they're going to give the spike over to Forsaken to get the rolling thunder. Should be a clean plant. It's going to be a difficult retake here for Xcure and Carpe.
I mean, I don't even know how you approach this one with the rolling thunder, as you mentioned. I mean, Forsaken
Oke.
just gonna play.
Dari util sih harusnya PPX menang
You
nih.
see
Si Forsaken punya
spin
util,
right here.
punya
Divide
port.
looking at pressure here, and he will pick up that kill on a Carpe. And now everything falls on the shoulders of
1v2 Kevin.
Xcure.
Extremely difficult.
This is not
Oh
easy.
tidak,
He
dia kena
is,
stun.
this is so much
Tapi
trouble.
dia
I
nge-push
mean,
ya.
he's getting hit
Oh.
by everything, and Down Evil Goal only had 50 health, and they win the bonus with 2 people
Di
alive,
lobe.
and they hold on to the rolling thunder.
Kakak sendiri.
Already, Paper X is off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, this is brutal, man. And already the younger brother is going to win over his older brother here. A great start for something. Anticipating that there was going to be a player wrapping around his right through Mound. Read that very nicely. Just got what he could done. Divide winning over on the other side of the map onto A allows him to pick up that Vandal as well.
Siapa yang
Saya
pakai?
player
Saya?
to go
Oh,
for the outlaw,
bukan.
but it is
Si
full armors here for Paper X. So
saya
take 2
pakai
shots.
apa sih itu?
Most
Aku lebih
likely
terbiasa dengan
get
senjata
a player down.
Unless he
Outlaw.
just goes for a blind
Outlaw.
headshot, that could be nice, but
Lebih
you know,
terbiasa
the
dengan
smoke to
senjata
his
itu.
face. Not going to be
Senjata
easy. We
2
do have a
peluru
nice
yang
stack here from the side of
reloadnya lama
T1.
bisa.
It does look like Paper X should be pushing through tree and in onto the A site. As here comes something, looking to open up the site. He's going to get on in, but he gets shot in the side of the head
Something.
by Yuzu Sheriff, but now Divine trying to line them up, and Jing and the rest of the team is able to get on in there in due time. Just kind of running in front of Execute there. Not sure what was going on, but Execute will pick up a Vandal now.
Si Jason main-main dengan kakaknya.
Extremely difficult for Execute, especially with 3 of them looking at him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not much you can do there. I mean, and the whole time, as soon as they got to tree, as soon as Paper X got to tree, immediately Forsaken turns his back and watches that A lobby door. Like the whole round, he's expecting his brother to be wrapping around. And even though he loses the battle, you know, gives that extra information and time over to the rest of Paper X to set up that 3-man peak. So good stuff from them. Execute is going to have his tour de force, but problem is that you've got a ton of really good ults for Paper X.
Wait.
Yeah, you definitely do, especially if they come at you pretty
Oh,
fast.
buram ya? Aku baru sadar itu buram ya.
Force, but problem is that you've got a ton of really good ults for Paper X.
Yeah, you definitely do, especially if they come at you pretty fast. You got a showstopper just to say no. The Odin spray is going to come.
Malag! Malag!
From the side of Divine, and already
Oh no.
some extra damage here on a Carpe. We do have Execute pushing up.
As soon as they got to tree, as soon as Paper X got to tree, immediately Forsaken turns his back and watches that A lobby door. Like the whole round, he's expecting his brother to be wrapping around. And even though he loses the battle, you know, gives that extra information and time over.
Parah ini Kin.
Problem is that you've got a ton of really good ults for Paper X.
Yeah, you definitely do, especially if they come at you pretty fast. You got a showstopper just to say no. The Odin spray is going to come through from the side of Divine, and already getting some extra damage here on a Carpe. We do have Execute pushing up the tour de force, but there is a bird in his face. Oh, something!
Yes.
A very rare drop shot there. Not quite going to line it up, but Execute still going to go down without being able to TP back, and now Saya trying to get in, and Jake is going to take him down, and Jake is just pressing his WP and running at T1. Yuzu does trade one back, but still advantage Paper X.
That was so incredible.
Kevin tadi dia
Movement from
terlalu
Jing there.
bernafsu
He's
ya.
just the best in the
Terlalu
business.
bernafsu ya. Harusnya
When
dia
it comes to
TV
those
ya.
blast packs, nobody resets after the blast packs like him. Just unbelievable that he's able to win that fight out in the open.
Bisa coba kesempatan
Now he
lain
gets
kita.
plant down on the beat. Mind Freak gets Rossi.
Yeah, now, I mean, Yuzu, you're 30 health, you've got a Vandal, your economy's in the toilet, you're going 1v3. I don't know if you really want to challenge this, but he is going to at least try. Oh, he's going to take a little peek and then just back away. So Paper X sitting on the cusp of 5 rounds in a row already. Keep in mind, T1, you know, they picked Lotus into Paper X. I think it was always going to be a risk, but
kadang Lotus
it has
pintu
been
itu
comfort for
buka
them.
terus ya, Kin.
So far, it hasn't
Kalau
looked
aku
very
main
comfortable.
buka terus ya.
Yeah, and it's some brilliant
Jadi tidak tahu apakah
flashes
itu
here from
benar-benar
Paper X
buka ataupun
that set
atau
up
ada musuh
the
yang
ability for them
membukanya.
to really take the
Tidak
space
tahu.
that they need to get the positive angles, the
Ya di
better of
patch
that
sekarang
fight,
Paper
right?
di
And so
nerf
that's
ya,
what's
Kin.
that's what makes
Moldingnya
this
cuma
comp so
ada
scary
1
right now. Is you have so much utility to contest the
apa
space.
smoke-nya.
You can see there
Asapnya tidak
also
bisa di
Saya goes for the
pick up lagi.
showstopper, but
Cuma bisa
he
di
missed a
atas
little
dari
bit. That is
ronde
just
pas
unreal
sebelum.
what Jing just did with that blast pack.
Ini
Yeah, I
banget
think that's a good time for a
main Paper.
timeout.
Yeah,
I think that's a good timing. Yeah,
going a bit sideways.
Yeah. What can you say? I think you got to calm things down here on the side of T1. This has not looked like what they had practiced, I would imagine, if you're the coaches watching on. And so take a little time to just talk with the players and try to break it down. But it certainly does feel like Paper X haven't really missed a beat since the last bunch of days that they have played. And that's when they're scariest, when they get that ball rolling.
Hello.
Exactly. It's so difficult to play against this team when they're really just firing on all cylinders, when everything seems to be going well, when their shots are landing. You know, yeah, something missed one in there, but still, the follow-up was amazing. You know, everybody's kind of taking different angles. making it so that if T1 contests that space, like if T1 doesn't get to rubble first there, then they're in a world of trouble, especially Kasaya's showstopper doesn't hit anybody. It's like PaperX is so good about reading situations. It's like they know that showstopper is coming, so they just, the players who are likely to get hit by it back off. Jing, as soon as the opponent's showstopper gets popped, he pops his own because then he can get up in the air and flying rays out of the air.
Tapi sekali time out siapapun yang minta time out, kedua coach, kedua pelatih boleh bicara dengan itu di dalam pemainnya.
Just a nightfall for ults to speak up for T1. Jing.
Oh man.
Just for X-Cured there. Just got baited out in the open.
He really did. I mean, they're trying to punish Jing, and it's not going well. As he's just going to peek the right side, and they are not ready for it.
Strategi.
He's just going to take it down, and now Rossi's like, well, got my hand on my cheek. Just not feeling good. Obviously, this wasn't a
kalau kalian
big
tidak punya
buy round
kombinasi util, nggak boleh nge-push.
They all try to pick the ball at the same time, and PaperX is ready for it.
It's just insane how quick that was from Jing, too. He has just been getting better and better and better, and that's so scary for every other team.
PaperX Sentinel,
not just here in Pacific, but in the world.
PaperX-nya kalah pas dipush oleh Sentinel, karena Sentinel itu punya kombinasi util yang keren ya. Tapi waktu itu Fade, Raze, dan juga Neon coba. Tiga-tiganya itu dari posisi Sentinel, Defender, nge-push PaperX yang lagi nyerang. PaperX langsung kalah di sana, 3-5.
For the side of PaperX. And
Satu
this might
scan,
be
satu
the
ngebom,
most important
satu
round
stun.
yet. After the timeout, now you're on a buy round. T1 need to step up to this team.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're gonna contest rubble, you might want to do it a little bit more of a delayed kind of hit. See if you can bait a little bit of that utility out of PaperX first, and then go for your push. But instead, it is going to be a full-on C hit for PaperX.
Ini tidak akan mungkin jadi 13-0 lagi kan. Aku kadang kasih pada tim apa ya, talon ya. 13-0 oleh PaperX. Ampun.
Yeah, that's going to push him back. Rossi has to back out of that. He also got hit by it, so now something is running into the back of the site. He's going to be taken down by Carpe though.
Panas dia.
Now we got the Nightfall coming in here from the side of T1, trying to look to retake this one, but no plant just yet. From the side of PaperX.
I think PaperX expected it. They backed all the way up in the water to avoid that nightfall. Prowler is going to catch Jing to lay the plan a little bit more.
And at the end of the day, the nightfall essentially just allows time for the rest of T1 to get in, but not quite a lot of value, as you were mentioning, as PaperX seemed very ready for that one. Let's see how T1 want to approach this, as the Paranoia is going to hit a lot of them as they do move on in. Jing up on top of the site, looking to challenge, takes down one, has the showstopper, and Mindfreak is helping out as well, but Izu but on the top of this one,
tidak membunuh siapapun dia.
and Mindfreak just going to take out all the other members. It was too obvious. PaperX are now 7-0.
I mean, the coordination from PaperX with their utility here is so beautiful. It's first with Devi using his flash, or excuse me, first the Paranoia from Mindfreak, then it's Devi with his flash, and then that gives the ability for Jing to get a kill, get his showstopper. It's just like the dominoes just fall perfectly for PaperX there, and then you just start mowing you down. It's
Ayolah
such
T1,
an
ini
incredible team to watch them play off of each other, to play so well coordinated like that in the heat of the moment. Okay, that is nasty.
Saya? Itu spam bro, itu spam. Ilegal harusnya.
Just made very clear. Just a headshot with the Marshall through some
Aku
smoke.
masih dan timing itu.
See if they can build something off of this, but Forsaken just going to vandal one down, and now PaperX, the quick rotation on in, and Jing is right in his face. Down will go Saya player
best raise.
in the Raze v Raze battle. That'll be an easy plant on a B.
What do you do against that? I mean, Jing is just so nuts, man. It's so tough to anticipate that. Speaking of,
and they're protecting him so well. Like Mindfreak gets into kind of a sticky situation. T1 try to run them down. 2v1. It's just not going to happen. And now he's going to put up the smoke. He's trying to hit some shot with Sheriff, but instead he just gets shorty down by Jing.
Aku mungkin mendukung T1 saja ya untuk menyemangati.
It's so tough. I mean, you can't really get much
Tapi aku
momentum
percaya
going as T1.
tidak mungkin di
You get a
13-0.
sweet shot
Tidak
from
mungkin.
Saya to set up this play.
Tidak mungkin
Potentially,
13-0.
maybe get a thrifty, maybe get something going, but Jing just
aku bisa
not having any of it.
Mungkin aku akan
They're just so willing to bait and trade for each other.
Ya 12-5 lah.
Beautiful to watch this team play. I mean, they're so in sync right now. It's just outrageous. Let's
Yeah.
see if something with this op is going to be able to win a duel against Xcure potentially.
Something is not going to hit that one. Absolutely a very difficult shot to hit. Jing going to get another orb. He just used the showstopper 2 rounds ago, I think. Well, he's almost got it again. he's almost got it ready.
Iya bro, dua ronde lalu dia udah punya bazooka, sekarang punya bazooka lagi si Jing.
Away.
That's so brutal. I mean, that's going to be what, his 3rd or 4th showstopper?
Yeah.
Oh tidak. Oh tidak T1.
Not
Ah
fair,
tidak.
man.
Ah oke.
It's
Kukira akan di
pretty impressive,
free kill.
I would say.
Dapat free kill itu main
We
free
do
kill
have
yang mudah.
Xcure over here, the operator of his zone. Will he be ready for this
Oh
push?
tidak. Spread.
As that, he's in a bit of trouble, but he can always TP back. And he is going to run away out of that. Feels the pressure. Tries to get back to safety, but he's the only one on A right now, and he's just trying to run away and wait for his teammates to rotate over and help him.
Yeah, this is
Don't
a very
shoot, don't
different look now
shoot,
from T1. Let's see if they can find some value. Good shot from Xcure.
Nice
Okay.
Xcure.
It's like T1 finally finding
Oke.
some momentum here. It's 5v3. The spike
Oke,
is
diam,
planted, but
diam,
Xcure
Kevin.
here on
Diam,
drop.
dia gitu. Enak, udah enak
Not
padahal
sure
dia
that they
gitu.
know 100% that he has dropped
Jangan
down
bagus
there.
lagi.
Devi going to be looking to hold this angle. Sees Saya.
Oke,
Xcure
bagus
picks
Kevin.
up another one, and now it's
Bagus,
only up to
Izu.
Jing. Can he
Aduh,
do it? No,
bagus
he
Saya.
will not. And
Tapi jadi
finally,
mendukung T1.
T1 will get on the
Henti,
board.
henti, henti.
Yeah, so
Tuh kan,
a nice
8-1.
change up here. I mean,
Aku
let's
bisa
hope it's
menebak
not too little too late for
12,
T1, but this
12.
time around, you know, they're
13-5.
playing a little bit more cautiously. They give up rubble control, but the plan is then
Tapi
to
akan
push
bagus
the
jika
rest
aku
of the
salah.
map. As soon as they feel that contact for Paper X, this is something that teams like Team Secret have identified with Paper X, that they can tunnel, especially if they start playing well, and they'll just kind of, I mean, do what they're literally known for, W key at you, just pick a direction and go. And so you can use that against them. And so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that's a little bit of what Alex is going to want to address here. He's going to say, okay, you know, he doesn't mind that the team does these kind of things, that they just pick a direction and go. He talked about the momentum that they need to keep, you know, map to map for this team to be successful. So part of that is just letting them try to contest you, try to take these duels, try to take these battles and win them.
Oh,
But
T1
make sure
time
you're
out.
watching your
Tuh
playing.
kan,
It's probably something he's going to
titik 2 di bawah
mention
logo
pretty
tim
quickly
itu
here.
tuh.
And that's
Itu
something
tuh
we saw early with Forsaken.
kesempatan
He was doing a good job of
time
instantly
out.
turning and
Dan
watching.
T1
But
sudah
this time
memakai
around,
semuanya.
they weren't
Habis.
really prepared for it.
Harusnya dia tidak bisa
Yeah, I
request
mean,
time out
especially
lagi.
if it feels like you're pushing in and nobody's there. We used all this utility.
Dan Alex lagi
Might
santai
hit
ya,
someone
tidak
we're not 100% sure
ngegubrak-gubrak
about.
meja lagi dia.
He's back. Like, why is nobody here? Why is nobody pressuring us? They're probably rotating on us, right? So I think having that proactive information and communicating that within the team will be good. Keep in mind, guys, this was another T1 timeout. So even after the win in the round, they take some time to further break things down. And unfortunately for them, that's going to be their last time out here on this map.
Yeah, and you've got dueling showstoppers again. Last time it was Jing who got the better of Saya. Player in that regard. Let's see what the plan is going to be. It's Paper X looking to once again pressure the angle of Xcure. He's going to spray the T1 spray, expecting a potential jump up onto that box.
Oh no!
Instead, he's just going to TP out that flash. All this contact, the showstopper right in his back.
I mean, he just knew, like, it was almost like he saw ahead of time exactly how he was going to run through Waterfall. And Jing is just going to pick up 2 just like that. You know, expect the Chamber to try to get in there, get contact, win the trade potentially, maybe get a pick, and then delay, but that is not what happened. As we did have a Boombot kill as well. It's all up to Rossi. He can hear Forsaken rotating on him. There's the flash, but he's still going to line it up.
Okay,
now
Rossi.
1v2.
Ini
So he doesn't know if they're further rotating on him, and now with the stack
bro.
on the side, there will be another Paper X win here, 9-1.
Dua orang mengawasi satu angle yang sama itu akan
You
sulit
see
untuk
this all
menang.
the time, where you're just
Akan
not
sulit.
ready
Ada
for
peluang
Paper X
menang.
to keep going.
Tap gitu.
And
Tapi
this isn't
sulit.
any fault to T1. I'm not criticizing anybody here. This happens to every team in the world. And Jing just takes advantage of it, you know, gets the showstopper kill, and then immediately is heading for their spawn to get the pick and then fall back. And it's hard to be ready for that. It's hard to, you know, because very few teams, very few players anywhere in the world, even in ranked games, don't do that. You know, so that's what makes it so difficult to play against them.
What?
And now, trying to get aggressive through the pillars onto B, but doesn't look like they're going to continue on that just yet. Bit of a stack here, all 5 members. We did have Forsaken checking over at A, and now Xcure looking to push out.
Oh tidak, akhirnya win.
Oh, it's not looking the right way, and now something gonna take him
naif
down.
ya
That's an easy headshot, and now Mindfreak on the lurk.
Belum hapus
Picks up
pakai off, bro.
two for himself, a double headshot, and something is going to get on the
Saya
side.
spray.
Can't hit anything, and it's just free. Paper X are just running at
Apa
them
sih?
and taking them down bit by
Mereka
bit.
They
nge-push.
know the economic situation. They want
Masa
to
bodoh
take
dengan
this gun
nge-plan,
away
nge-push
from
aja tinggal
Rossi.
satu ya.
They are just
Itu.
on the hunt. A pack of wolves.
And Rossi
Nggak ada
can't run
seriusnya.
forever. He's gonna look for some trades. He does get
dapat
freaky,
3.
actually.
Rossi.
They're all stacking for that, but
Itu akan
as I
keren ya
mentioned,
jika
I don't
Rossi
think
dapat
Paper
ace di sana.
There's only one round in the half. So
Ya, mungkin kalau dia pakai Odin dengan terdedet aja itu.
Yeah, the cash was overflowing, so they can afford to do those kind of things. I mean, it's a 6 spray from Rossi, but you can get a dink there onto something. 3 players go down, but you can see that this is when you have to be scared of Paper X, is when they're laughing and having a good time.
When the cackles begin, that's
They're
when you know
laughing and having a
it's
good
kind
time.
of over for you, at least on this map potentially. We'll have to wait and see if T1 have any hope of coming back.
Bro, Paper X is
For
W
now,
gaming. They're always
looking too light
number
for Paper X.
play serious.
Gonna
They're
push
always
in
trolling,
through
even in
Rubble.
VCT,
This
bro.
time, once again, T1 are
Just
just
to
going
have
to say,
fun.
okay, you have Rubble, that's fine. You can see that Izu already is pushed out all the way through B, and the rotation is coming in, so they are fully expecting Paper X to commit here, and they have Izu to check for any further rotations.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that we've stalled a little bit. This might give Izu a free kill. Yeah. Nice patience here, expecting that maybe now finally Paper X is gonna pump the brakes and rotate a bit. Oh no!
Dia batak, kenapa lu batak?
Challenge Jing, and that
Izu.
has not worked out for them at all today. And they are not going to
Lu
feel
udah
good
bener, Ut, kenapa lu
about that play at
batalin?
all. As now Saya is going to hit him in the face with a rocket,
Oke,
but it's still going to
anti.
be a Paper X round. 11-1
Kenapa Izu?
at the half.
I mean, it's
Aduh, 11-1
insane
ya.
that
11-1
Paper
ya.
X can just embarrass teams on this map, and teams who are really good on this map like T1. The last time these two teams played
Biasanya kalau
earlier
sudah
in this
11-1,
stage,
apalagi di PCT,
T1 actually
apa kepercayaan
pushed
diri itu
Paper X
ngedon.
pretty well on this
Kepercayaan
map. I
diri
think
itu
it was like 13-10
langsung
or
turun.
something like that.
Tadinya
And it
mainnya
looked
sangar, bisa
pretty
jadi
decent
mainnya
from T1. Looks like they just need to make a few tweaks, a few changes, but Forsaken wasn't kidding when he said he thought he had a good read on his brother. They're just destroying him. I mean, yes, it helps that Jing is playing out of his mind, but there's more to it than that. I mean, I think this distinct
Oke, di half time ini aku akan
fast-hit style
bicara
that they're showing,
Inggris lah. Aku harus coba bahasa
especially if they
Inggris.
make contact with Excurate,
Apa itu
that's
bisa bahasa
their
Inggris?
go
Bahasa
condition
Inggris.
because
Aku
they
nggak
know
bahasa
he's
Inggris,
likely
oke.
to be alone or maybe just have
Oh,
like
look,
one
that
player backing him
banner.
up because of how much
Bro,
trust and how
Rex.
much faith they have in
Apa
Excurate
itu?
to be able to
What's that?
lock down
That's
positions in
humble,
the
I don't
chamber,
understand.
but it's just too overwhelming. And I think this is really, really smart stuff from Paper X, the way that they are just punishing these setups.
Paper X
from T1.
win. We hope
Yeah,
so.
they're making it look easy too. And I think that T1, you know, this might not be their map, and now after this, they got to go into Sunset as well, up against Paper X, which is yet another strong
Oke,
map for
sedikit
them.
berubah.
So, I
Tapi
think they're
masih sama
hoping
si
for
Paper
a
X,
lot more
hanya
on
si
this
main
one,
flick.
and you're going to have
Only
to
main
take
flick
it to
by a
Paper
shield.
X on their map pick, which is not going to be easy to say
Wow.
the least.
I think Paper X gonna
Let's
push,
see
bro.
how the rest
Push
of
A
this map is going
with
to
bridge
finish off
and
first. As now we
bomb
do have T1
and
on the
grenade.
attack.
Look at Jing, 19-6-2. I mean, just unbelievable.
I mean,
what a
that's
half
not
he put
surprise,
up.
bro. Even the
It's hard to do it
silver
any better than that,
and
folks.
a gold lobby,
About as good as it
I always
gets.
meet that,
Yep.
bro. Meet that combination.
And he looked very calm the entire time. You know, he's not overreacting. He's like, yeah, no, it's just me. It's just Jing. You know, I just.
That's typical Jing, man. He can have the sickest plays you'll ever see, and he's just
Okay.
just gives you a little nod,
Oh no.
maybe a smile if you're lucky.
Little fist bump.
Oh no.
Yep.
Thanks
oh,
for the
fall back,
support.
fall back, bro. T1 fall
I
back.
appreciate
Please
your
don't
flash.
steal my ace.
I think they go A. Bro, A is clear, bro.
Well, T1, they feel the pressure over at
Okay.
Mount.
Wait,
Not sure if they
Delphi
know
know this,
100%
though.
that something was hanging out in the corner
Delphi
behind the
know
box,
this.
but now they're going to slowly rotate over towards A. As Forsaken, the baby door is already down. He is going to get first contact here onto T1.
They seem so aware.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Yes.
Saya.
Okay.
Okay,
Now we do
Delphi.
have Divide
Okay.
holding this corner, so T1 able
Okay,
to
I
break
believe
into
T1
the site.
Won this
Freak is
pistol
going
round.
to hear
I
all
believe.
of this. And
Oh, no.
Executor is just back.
Oh, no.
And My Freak gets a second onto the low health member.
Okay, I
Mermaid
believe.
trying to hold it down,
I still
just trade
believe.
one back. So now they will go for the plant. Saya on half HP. He's going to hear the member of Paper X running on in. Jing is going to be taken down by Carpe. And it's up to something. 1v2, we got the stack, but it is just going to go down to Carpe. He picks up a 4K in the pistol round, and T1 finally get their second round.
Well, of the must-win pistol rounds,
bagus.
nice to get that one. A lot
forget,
of
bro.
work yet to be
I
done,
must
but
English, bro. Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
good
sorry.
reactions
That's
here
good.
from T1. I mean, really anticipating the
sorry.
positions of Paper X very, very nicely. Carpe
Ooh.
doesn't actually fully sidestep
Okay.
that paranoia.
Calm,
He just gets the timing correct on when Mind Freak is going to peek off of it and gets the shot, and then is just clean with the rest of it. So really nice stuff here from T1, at least in that round. So look, I know it's been a rough map, but credit where credit's due.
Combination
That's a
again.
good start, and it's going to take
Three
a
combination.
lot to come back
Bro,
into this.
for
But
people
again,
on
you want to
bro.
get more rounds here as T1. Get that confidence flowing.
Oh, tidak Kevin. Oh,
Sure,
almost.
trying to challenge there. He took
Atau
tiny bit of
Kevin
damage,
juga na
something
overheat bro,
also
experience.
looking
Atau Tiz
to
na overheat.
pressure on the side of T1. You see
Push
Rossi
back
very low on health now.
Almost.
Something just
Almost.
spamming on through. As now they're going to get on
Ooh.
top of him with that Spectre. Not much that something can do. Saya player entering for his team very well.
Yeah, nice prowler setup.
Okay,
from
I
Saya.
believe again.
Reaction by
I
Saya
believe
to
T1
put pressure
won
onto that Marshall.
second round.
Knowing that if you close the gap, you're going to have a huge advantage. Takes all that space, gets the kill. Now just a couple sheriffs left here for Paper Rex, but certainly dangerous with those, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if they actually do challenge here. Izu going to take a bit of damage already, as now he does get that first shot. Forsaken
Okay.
charging in with the classic, gets a headshot. As now trying to spam on through. Two members of Paper X still looking to challenge this, still looking for exit kills. But just going to wait.
Just the
Actually not going to
Okay.
wait. Divine gets in there. He
Oh,
trades
nice
one back.
experience.
Mind Freak trying to do the same, and he will just
Okay,
go down
die.
the spike.
Yeah, but again, it's just good
I
early
think-
reads here
I
from
mean,
T1. That
if you
give
die
them
with the
the
spike,
opportunity
it's
to
a
get the
good
plant down.
choice. Because you,
That's what you need to
your
see.
team
You need to get
will
these,
get
these moments going.
one
See Saya still very
1900.
much engaged.
1900
Always
credits.
giving it his all. No doubt that T1 is trying their damnedest.
If 1900 or two,
You know, I always say this, you
2100,
shouldn't
bro.
feel bad if you lose to Paper X. Like it's
I think
so
21.
difficult,
Yeah,
especially
21.
when they're playing like this, man. But already the op, so the early investment here, you have
2100
to go big or go home here for
2100
T1,
to
a borderline
2100.
must-win bonus.
If you don't know that,
So
I'll tell
certainly
you that.
a wise decision. You might as well go for it because, you know, if you lose this round, then
Yeah.
your money's not going to be there. And there's a good chance that it's just go home, go to the next map.
Oh, Kevin?
Almost certainly.
And
And
clear!
T1, once again, you know,
And
they
clear! Only
set
Davin.
up the
Bro,
toxic
they
screen
always
over
know.
on C. Now they're looking to challenge.
He has very
through
good
Rumble.
sense.
Not quite going to get the kill, but at least Jing does spot them alongside a Divide
Door.
who have been holding the site.
Oh no.
And that's going to be that op kill from the side of Excurate now, and they do get onto the site here. Divide left alone for now. Let's see if he waits for his teammates. Looks like he will. Saya doesn't seem to want to wait for anything, and now Divide
Oh.
won't either. He's going to
It's a
jump down
naive, Divide.
and get
It's a
taken out in
naive.
due time.
But Andy. Oh,
Think
tidak
though,
Kevin.
does trade here.
Bro, you're trapped,
Onto
bro. Where's
Excurate
your
over at
trap?
Rubble, and now up top Forsaken. He does land one,
Okay.
but only the
I
one.
believe again.
The two last
He won.
members
He won this
here
round.
of Paper X looking
As I
to
promised,
challenge.
13 pipe.
Thing. Gonna meet Rossi. Rossi not looking the right way. And now Mind Freak has been so caught. He's gonna pick up a kill, and now Saya alone is not looking the right way.
Okay, okay.
And Paper
Okay.
X will
Thank
pick up
goodness
the
I'm
round.
wrong.
I was so ready to just be so happy about what T1 did there. I mean, they read Jing's position so nicely. You know, Rossi pulls the poison cloud down, and Excurate's there just watching, knowing the tendencies of Jing. Loves to get up close and personal out of those stairs, but I mean, just the angles here that Paper X takes, the patience they have, actually, genuinely, this is like good patience from Mind Freak and something. Start pushing in
Okay,
towards
Paper X
Spawn,
use his
expecting those
timeout.
flank angles, and you know, T1 just, again, isn't ready for the positioning of Paper X, and it's been a theme. You know, whether it was Jing
Masiku,
in
bro.
this round, it's
Adi,
something
I mean,
that are
bro,
catching you in
12-3.
unexpected moments.
Alex
So we do
one
have
hit
a
the
timeout for
table as
Paper
usual.
X. I
He's
mean, the
gonna,
beginning
he's
of that
not
round,
gonna
as
do
you
that.
mentioned, it felt
He's chilling.
very nice
He's
for the
chilling,
side of
bro.
T1.
He's
And
happy.
so it looks
He's
like
happy
Alex maybe not
with the
expecting
score.
them to win that round.
12-3.
They are going to take a timeout here, even though it is 12-3, and just discuss a little bit of what they want to do to take that last round and potentially even going into sunset, you know, a little bit of preparation. But for now, this is looking pretty much like a done deal, especially the way that the rounds have been going.
Yeah, and I think Alex, in my mind, might be wanting to address some of those individual battles that players were taking at the beginning, whether it was Jing kind of holding too long on the stairs, Divide trying to make a play for himself off of the rope, things like that, saying wait for your teammates a little bit more, let's be a little bit more coordinated, a little bit more patient, let's make sure we're playing together.
I will do English
that is my
until
suspicion
the
as to what that
end of
timeout
the
might have been
map
about,
is
to be honest.
map.
I think he might have
Until the
popped
end of
that
this map,
like
okay?
after
I will
Divide
use
died.
English.
Because you don't see Divide do that too often, where he tries to set himself up, and you know, Alex might be going, I know you guys are ahead, but let's
Okay.
let's you know, tighten it up here.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
earlier and the more often you
Oh,
can
almost.
try to do that, the better.
Oof.
As something is still able to punish him.
Good God.
After missing the first shot, sticking around, Xgrid challenging him. Something's like putting another bullet in the gun real slow.
Well,
gets another kill.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What?
Just the timing through the smoke. I mean,
Okay.
Xgrid doesn't do
Okay,
anything
okay,
wrong here, in
okay.
my opinion.
That
He knows
timing
that
is crazy.
if the dash doesn't get
Like
popped by
Isaiah.
something, he should be able to punish it. He just can't in time.
Keyword being should.
Yep.
I guess. Just unfortunately, unfortunate for him, he wasn't able to punish something there.
I think if you,
And now the
I think
story is
if they
held
want push
from the side of
Flying.
PRX, and they got a lineup here as well. Saya gonna be going down. It's only 2 members left on the side. They're just getting judged down by Divide, and
What
that's gonna
happened?
do it. 13-3
Oh, 13-3.
here for map number 1 in
Okay.
favor of PRX.
at the end,
Oh my.
GG,
What a
GG.
fearsome team this is right now, going up against one of the best teams on Lotus we have here in Pacific, and making them look like this is one of their worst maps. I mean, it is just unreal what they are doing to teams right now. Just dominating
Map
Lotus.
win, PRX.
Unbelievable domination from the side of PRX. We are done here for the first map. Let's go to the Alice desk to break
My
down that first
water.
one.
Lotus belongs to PRX. As officially as of today,
You talking?
after 3 days
Time out
of this kind of performance
for
on
me.
Lotus, they've just shown
Bye
how
bye.
Lotus should be done. And you know, this is what happens when you have PRX playing all of their strongest agents. You got something on Jet, you got Raze on Jing, you got Sky on Divide, etc. And Forsaken's just good at everything.
Like you're saying, it's Raze on Jing instead of Jing on Raze, because they are basically one and the same at this point.
yes.
Yes, they have just molded it together. This is just, again, immaculate play. We were talking about it during the band pick. It just felt like PRX won the draft because, yeah, Lotus is really good for T1 typically, but it's also really, really good for PRX. And I think the biggest indicator here to show just how in control PRX was is look at the first kills. PRX didn't have that many. T1 had a ton of them. 10 first kills, only 3 rounds won. They could not get an advantage and then convert that into a win at all.
Yeah, it just feels like whenever PRX would try to pick up a site, right? T1 gets that first kill, and then they're like, let's just go the other way. And they can't seem to just follow that rotation or cut off that rotation. It's just like there's this fist that's going in your direction. Sure, it gets like deflected a little bit and still gets, you know, a sucker punch to the face.
I think one of the biggest things, I think 4 out of his 9 kills were first kills. So he starts things off really well. He finds that opening pick, but then all of PRX just end up running in his direction. So he instantly gets traded. Then they're in on a site, and then they have defensive setups as the plant gets ready to come through. I mean, they were having way too much fun in this game. You saw, you know, before that first half had concluded, they had the C site open. Rossi was the only person alive. They said, you know what? Screw it. 5-man push him. Hunt him down. We are a wolf pack, and we shall feast tonight. And feast they did. Rossi did pick up 3.
All right, I'm coming
It was
back
almost
with
looking like it was going to be a big major
war.
embarrassment where they just end up handing him an ace on a silver platter. But
Where was I?
they were just so laissez-faire in this game. You know, PRX, when they are this comfortable, when they are having this much fun, that is when they are at their
Dream,
deadliest.
bro.
Oh, 100%. They are vibing right now. And you guys have all mentioned it. The casters have mentioned it. T1 is really good
Water.
at this map. And it didn't look like that when you're playing against this form of PRX. We kind of saw this with Sunset happening during kickoff and in Madrid, and now we're seeing it happen with Lotus right now. And they're just building up their map pool. This is a very different PRX from the beginning of the year already.
Yeah, and what's even more annoying, I think, for T1 specifically is it feels like PRX read them down. Like they somehow got the horoscope, they read their palms, and they know exactly what the future is. There was a position where we saw... Yes. There was a play where we saw X-Grid holding outside of tree on the door, and then before he can even get any contact, he gets smoked up in front of him by Mind Freak. There was a stun from Forsaken here, and that kind of happened multiple times, and you saw just... I don't know if X-Grid was frustrated because of that, but it felt like frustrating if you were in his shoes just because he can't get a shot off after the initial one.
Absolutely. You know what? I had a quick chat with Forsaken before they went into this match. He was really relaxed.
Bro,
he said, I
aku rasa
know Kevin, he's my brother. I know what he's going to do. I just find it curious that it doesn't go both
mereka
ways.
kurang saling cover
And they're going to kind of need that, especially going into Sunset, which is the second map. And PRX is really good at Sunset too.
Yeah, now the big curiosity for me in regards to PRX is what Alex said on our interview and what we've kind of witnessed from PRX hold true in that they start off really hot and they have these just banger, these heater first maps, and then it really fizzles out quickly, and then they end up dropping a map and recollect and they come out hot again for that third one. Or can they actually maintain momentum going all the way through? I think that there is going to be some added motivation behind this because of what you're mentioning. There is that familial aspect where it's like, okay, I want to be able to just crush my older brother in this game. I want to be able to defeat him 2-0, get ourselves into that grand final.
Bro, why my camera so blurry?
We have seen this multiple times. PRX, they got the 13-0 over Talon. Talon was able to rally back, come up with the victory in the follow-up map, which was PRX's pick of Bind. So they aren't necessarily immune. The series is not by any metric over, but if PRX can work the magic, if they can have that motivation carry over from the first map into the second one at long last, then it certainly is going to be done so.
Yeah, Asher, what do you make of this? Because during our interview with Alex, he also mentioned some of the strengths that Talon had and, how that made them less predictable for PRX, who's also an unpredictable team. Is this something you think that T1's capable of?
So the thing is, he was talking about how quick the rotations was for Talon, right? And that was kind of a lot because of how just Governor plays, especially when he's on the Neon. But with T1 here, and this is also akin to how PRX have kind of just left Forsaken not playing on the Cypher anymore, he's playing on the Breach. And with point being this, T1 likes to go for those lurks, but it takes a while when you consider how fast PRX just runs into the site. This is why they don't really have that, that traditional sentinel, because they just don't really care about that flank anymore. If it happens, it's gonna come after they already got in the site, after they've got that post plant. So it's gonna rely a lot on speed, but that speed might not be coming out from T1. That's just not, used to it or just not there yet.
All right, and before we continue any further, we got ranking up to do for
Calm
us.
Aim, jika kau belajar untuk
We got
jadi
a
calm
guessing
aim,
game, and it's about the two
kalau dan kau memilih duelis
Susantis.
itu
We
kurang
got
cocok bagi.
Curate and Forsaken. Who's going to have the higher ACS on Sunset? Now this is going to be a very
Karena duelis itu ujung tombak, dia harus
3x
maju bertahan dan
far
memberikan
too
info.
low because the odds of them having the
Kiri kanan
exact
dicek
same
semua,
ACS
memberi info kepada tim. Syukur-syukur duelisnya itu dia mendapat kill pertama,
It could
first
happen
blood.
today. Could be the day.
This is actually
Fewer votes per second,
genuinely a pretty challenging one.
55%,
Expecting Forsaken to play the Breach, expecting
Oh iya,
X-Grid to play
mereka
the
terlalu
Cypher.
jahat ya.
But they have both had somewhat
Viewer itu terlalu
polarizing
jahat ya, Gen.
performances on the map.
Ini perbedaannya terlalu jauh ya,
Forsaken has had moments where
85%
he's the top
untuk
fragger, but he's also had ones
Forsaken
where he's the bottom
X-Curate.
fragger and he's only got like a little above 100 ACS. So yeah, he's
Tapi
had
malu
like
lah
up
karena
to like
X-Curate itu pemain baru.
230
dia
ACS and then as low as like
Dia itu
115.
pindahan dari
Whereas I feel like X-Curate has widely been a
CS
little bit more kind of
pro player
consistent
CS2
mid-table.
pindah
This is I'm basically banking on, I feel like if I think the motivation is going to carry over.
Setahu-tahu
Okay.
dia ingin coba hal baru.
I agree with this. Also, just write down if you're gonna
Dan si
double
Forsaken itu
down.
mengakui bahwa si X-Curate tuh kakaknya itu
There's no
si
reason
Kevin
for
itu
me not,
dia
so.
tuh lebih
No reason for me not to.
And yeah,
dia tuh lebih jauh lebih jauh daripada si adiknya.
right now.
Forsaken mengakui bahwa kakaknya lebih jauh daripada dia
I gotta
di
reach the
CS bro.
heights that I've never reached.
Tapi kalau di
What they should
Valorant
let you
sih
do is
sudah
they should
jelas
let you
siapa
put
yang
a
paling
certain
jago
amount of tiers on the
Forsaken.
line since you're not at the bottom. So you should say like, I will fall 4 tiers, but if I win, I gain 4 tiers.
That is insane.
So if it's a tie, do we fall 3 tiers?
Okay,
Bro, who's Iron bro? Who's Iron? Who's that? Oh, the
No
presenter.
concerns for me. I'm going Forsaken.
Oh, I have gone Excurate a double down.
I have doubled down on Excurate.
Oh.
Why are you picking
I messed up my
Excurate?
R a little bit, but you know.
No, it's
well.
okay. I actually almost like
Good
went
thing you're
one.
more of a speaker.
Yeah, for me, it's wrong spelling Excurate too, by the way. Isn't it like 2 C's and 1 R?
Yes. I think.
Oh, it is. I was just making fun of you.
Yeah, ako kan bili.
That's what I get.
Okay, so for
I
me,
choose
I've
Forsaken.
I've gone the paper thin route of
Untuk
what I thought was
highest
going to be my
HES.
first choice will be
Highest
now the reverse
karena
of that,
Forsaken
which
itu
is Forsaken first.
dia tuh selain berani,
Okay.
Okay.
Mine's simple. The audience is the descendant. I'm in iron. I'm just going to go with the audience. It seems to be working out for them. And also, I think that they will actually come into this one and have some momentum behind them.
I think Excurate on is still playing the
Yes.
Cypher, yes. So, I think a Cypher is just kind of poised for more kills and, you know, maybe higher ACS than a Breach.
I mean,
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, to add just real quick, you know, he lurks a lot more. He gets that first contact first, and then we've seen how Cyphers get
Genius
that
raise.
multi-kill, especially when they're going to
Kan
be,
akan something dia
especially,
pakai Jet.
I don't know,
Nah,
it's just
si
here on
Jinnya
Sunset. They
pakai
thought they were going to be
si-
starting on defense, but they're
Jinnya
going to be on
pakai
attack.
Sage.
Doesn't matter, still going to go for those lurks and get
Davanya
more kills
pakai-
than Forsaken, who's going to be bouncing it off for Jing.
Ako, Davay biasa di sini.
Exactly.
Gitu daw.
So, I
Davay
did
pakai
alert the brothers to this guessing game
Sky?
today. And I asked Paper Rex to please help. Oh, I know, I switched my vote. Okay, it doesn't matter anymore. But I did ask them originally to help Forsaken, so if they do it today, then you're good.
I think in every other metric, I would have gone for Execute here for all of the reasons that you're presenting. We have seen the Cyphers coming up huge, especially just anchoring down those B sites, basically making them unassailable. I feel like there's just going to be something different in the air here today. Forsaken, he's going up against his brother once again, hasn't really lost to him ever. They haven't dropped a map, so I think that they got it.
All right, well, we're going to go into the second game of today, and it's been very exciting so far. T1 versus Paper Rex.
Shoot
Let's go over
your
to our
shot.
lovely, lovely casters.
What does that mean?
Thank you, Victoria.
Shoot itu menembak,
Asteroid
shot
for
itu
breaking
tembakan.
down that first map
Menembak,
and
tembakan.
wonderful guess
Hah?
and gain there as well. We'll
Who
see
would you
if
go for here?
Forsaken.
I even
Yeah,
understand
I'd go
what
for
English.
Forsaken.
I,
Yeah.
after seeing that first map, I
Wouldn't
don't know.
understand
If
what
you're
the
playing and
English
saying,
was.
okay, Paper X, they're going to overheat, they're going to do some crazy stuff, and, you know, get a little crazy on this map, and maybe T1 come back, then I'd say maybe, you know, maybe that
I
begins with
think I
Execute.
had to learn
but-
more about English.
And also
bro.
Forsaken was, I think, the
Sure.
top in ACS. Or
Your
no, you're
shot.
second in ACS behind Jing the last time they played Sunset. So he popped off pretty hard on this map against Talon. And now T1 going to stabilize. By the way, T1 has never taken a map off of Paper Rex. Just went through and looked, and they have yet to do so ever in any tournament.
Never. As something is going to challenge them with his little buddy. We also got
Oh,
Forsaken
okay,
right there to
Forsaken.
swing as well. Not to mention that
Good job,
Jing also was coming in from the other side. Mindfreak going to get that kill in mid, as this is a very
Oh,
one-sided
no.
pistol round, and kind of avoiding them there for a second. Carpe will eventually go down. So 3K for Forsaken, already a good start for
Okay,
him.
NT, T1 NT.
And Paper X
Biarpun
are on the board again.
agak-agak
And
apa
these
ya,
util combos
bro?
from Paper Rex
Jika
are
Paper
so
Rex menang
devastating.
ada pistol,
I mean,
kalian
Forsaken
dalam
looks so
bahaya.
comfortable on Breach. Not just because he's
Karena
getting
dalam
kills,
bahaya.
but he's
Karena pada
helping
dasarnya
out
itu
set up
Paper
these
Rex
plays. I mean,
agak-agak
the
payah
gold line
dan
to
baru
back up
pistol.
the wingman here.
Tapi kalau
And
kalian
he's
salah
getting
dan
a bunch
baru
of
pistol,
stuns and getting a bunch of kills.
dalam
He
bahaya.
gets some assists there
Enemy remaining.
as well from something, but then he swings back into mid and they're covering each other's ankles.
He said, I knew it, man. I'm
I
pretty
knew
sure.
it. Yeah, he
And
knew.
Probably just knew the push was coming in, and as you mentioned, his utility able to get on in there at the fault line, able to really give them no shot. And now T1 trying to push on in behind the box is Mindfreak, and he has Divide with him as well, just
dia
lining him up.
Mindfreak tidak
and taking
mundur,
him
dia
down.
tidak mundur. Terus
Mindfreak
maju,
coming out here as
karena
well.
gue
Carpe,
punya
no hope
senjata ya.
with his own classic. Execute does have a nice little angle here. He's behind them on B. I don't think they're going to expect this at all. And they might be very
But
confused, although
some
Mindfreak is looking
expected.
behind. Execute will pick up one. There's a second, but
Okay, and
still going to
Execute.
go the way of something and Paper X.
What Devi's just turning? I don't know what's going on with Devi there, if he's looking at the map or what, but he never seemingly reacted. That's, you know, two weakened players there. Make it a little bit easier. Those headshots with the Ghost, though, hit pretty hard. Good setup here. You'll see this a lot where teams like to get right behind that box
Enemy remaining.
in B lobby. B main, excuse me, it just shut people down from that angle. So, yep, okay. Got that round. Now it's rifles in hand for T1.
Okay, main serius lah.
Another thing, pistols have been going a lot better for Paper X here so far today. 2-1 on those so far. And that was probably about the only thing you could really fault them for against DRX. I mean, the Ascent, yeah, they lost it, but
yeah,
it still looked generally pretty
Pokoknya terlalu
good.
And
dini.
even when they were losing
I think it's too early to throw all your util,
Which was
bro.
kind of strange.
Too early.
Maybe DRX faltering a bit there as well. Something pushing out here. Let's see if Xgear can get first contact and listen to this as well.
Oof.
But that is going to be something with a
That
quick
sharp
one-tap headshot
from
with the
something.
Guardian. And already, Paper X are in the driver's seat.
It's so tough. And then, something is able to re-clear mid there with his utility, make sure that Tiles wasn't being pressured, swinging all the way over to A. He's going to have to seed one of his little buddies, but the push through mid now as the door closes gives T1 the feeling that maybe they're a little bit comfortable, but
Okay,
help
push mid.
swinging from
Push position.
potentially something.
Ow!
What a shot from Saya.
Nice, Saya.
Yeah, excellently done. That's going to give them access here to just run straight
Bro!
onto A. Something is going to hear them running on in.
Why you guys
To
not split?
potentially get in a little bit earlier before they're ready. That's another Guardian headshot.
How,
Make
bro?
that
How?
two now from
How?
the side of something and gives them a chance here for the retake.
He's so good at his timing.
Why is someone not
Obviously
watching
you can
playing,
hear
bro?
him, but pushes perfectly. Paranoia to back him off for Saya.
Yeah, Saya's getting in there. He's trying to challenge. He's got a little bit of help as Paranoia is going to come out. And now something picks up four in total. Nearly gets the ace as Rossi tries to hold it
Rossi.
down from the cubby. Let's see if he can actually get it done.
don't
1v1.
naib. Chill,
Only Mind
chill,
Freak left.
chill.
Mind Freak's going to tap onto this one. As we do have the fragment coming out. He's going to get it to half already, though. And he's going to have to start this one up here in just a little bit. He's trying to get that kill first, but it's not going to happen. Rossi picks up the 4K clutch.
What a
Nice,
clutch
Rossi,
here
nice,
from Rossi.
Nice.
I mean, it looked like it might be done and dusted. A brilliant
That's how
Paranoia
you do it.
from Mind Freak as he gets into the flank of T1. Great opener for Saya, anticipating that angle of Forsaken. And that second shot was filthy. Jing trying to work his magic with the blast packs into Rossi's face, but Rossi able to readjust in time and then plays the spike plant to perfection. Throws the nade, gets some extra damage, but it was ticking so fast. Mind Freak didn't have much. He either had to hold it or get lucky and a good opener from something. Just walks out there.
Just walks at them and shoots him down. And now
Why
T1
someone
will
not
commit
push
onto
that,
this
bro?
B site. Obviously not very easy on this map. We do have the smoke coming up here from both the sides. As it looks like Divine might want to challenge here with the Stinger. But there are 4 members of T1 ready to go on the push. But it's an early kill already as the Thrash will come out and Divine is staying alive. He's going to put up a wall as well. You're going to have to shoot that one down.
Wow! Davai.
No entry
Bro,
yet
how
for
he
the Senate
survived
T1.
that, bro?
I mean, Devi's just running through the smokes, fearless, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
What is happening here?
Oh my
Devi-
God!
They're just running into him, and he's just getting free kills with the Stinger. And now Paper X, they're going to pick up an easy third round for themselves. As T1 stubbornly try to push through, and they get punished.
Bro, did you guys see when?
I love this from Devi. I mean,
Okay, did you
this
guys
is what
see?
you always have to worry about with something
I
when
will-
he's
I will comment
confident.
later,
You know, we saw it. He got X-Curate off the rip in the previous round. And then Devi just with a Stinger and just using these smokes so well. Whether it be his opponents or his own teams. See, big smile out of Devi there. Just messing with him.
I think this is a good time for a timeout. Better than any. I mean, yes, Devi, he was kind of playing with them. He was utilizing the vision control very well. Had a Stinger, knew how to use it.
Maksudnya ini lebih mending ya, 3-1 gitu.
Timing, but the entire team was there, and T1
Aku
they already lost.
akan
They say, well, we're just going to try to
menebak,
send it, see if we can get some early
slotnya.
entry picks. Did not work out. And
Sudah
it
pasti,
immediately
sudah pasti ya,
collapsed on
ketika
space,
akan
so
pas begitu ya.
I think
Akan
the
nebak
coach
skornya
has to calm them
13
down from here, I would imagine.
13
I mean, it has to feel like you're going up against Nightcrawler.
Karena ini lebih mending ya.
Just with the way
Aku
he's
nebak
like
13-6.
popping in and out of smokes, like he's all over the place.
Kenapa 13-6?
Absolutely
Aku tidak tahu
insane.
siapa yang menang, tapi aku nebak
Usually the
13-6.
controllers who are
13-6.
working those smokes like that, but this time Devi on the stage.
6 13.
Being the smoke criminal absolutely nuts. One away from a res, something as a thrash. You do have an ult command, though, here for T1, so it is the eco likely not to use it in this round. But who knows? If things go well, you grab a gun or two, definitely have a good opportunity to maybe shut down some of that retake utility. It's just a matter of getting there for the side of T1.
Yeah, very true. Well, they're going to try to open up B lobby
Go,
once
bro. If
again.
you wanna push, just push.
And let's see
If
if
you
they
wanna-
decide to
if you
push
wanna
through.
push, just go push.
Once again, they have
Push.
3 classics, 2 sheriffs, and a dream at this point. They're going to send...
Okay.
looks like Exurit kind of on his
Forget
own little
about push,
mission
bro.
through
Just
tiles,
rotate.
see if he can spot anyone out.
Forget about
Maybe
push,
look
just
for some
rotate.
long-range sheriff
It's already
on
3
taps.
people on 3 people on
Oh,
B.
with smoke to come down,
T1.
maybe
3 people on
maybe
B.
not going to go for that just yet.
I mean, no doubt that damage can be done here by T1. X-Carrot in particular, rather good with those sheriffs. So see if they can find some value. Have to be so cautious, though, knowing there's going to be an operator one way or another.
Okay,
Good
nice
fall
push.
line to slow them up. Look at the
From mid and
stagger
main.
utility here to just make this harder.
Bro, make
for
sure you
T1 and
feel
allow Paper
ready,
X to
bro.
get into
Where's
good
the smoke?
positions.
Yeah, they make it look easy, but
Bro,
as you mentioned,
you
perfect
feel not
staggering.
ready.
Oh God, he's
Okay,
just trying to jiggle peek, and he just gets his head taken off. And now
no,
they're totally clear up the site, as they knew this
30
push was
seconds
coming in on the B. And Science hoping for
Ooh,
the one
nice
tap.
shot.
He's going to get one. Can he make it 2?
Ooh.
There's 2.
My ult's ready.
Does get the headshot through the wall. Now a little jiggle peek. He is going to be spotted
Okay,
and
and
shot
then-
down through a little info booth.
Bro, if
As
you wanna
now,
push,
Paper X
just
fourth
make sure
round
you
under
all
their
your
belts.
utility is
Now, let's
ready.
see what T1 wants
Just
to do here. I mean, you have a
throw it all.
showstopper, you have a null command,
And you push.
so you can take space, and then either use that null command as well to guarantee that space, potentially save it for the post plant, and try to kind of stymie the Paper X retake attempt if they go for it. I mean, but as Paper X here, I'm expecting A all the way, but it is just Forsaken, so potentially Paper X is having other ideas about how to handle this. Maybe just considering we're just going to avoid all these ults because they pop both of them right off the rip.
Totally.
Maybe a really good read from Paper X.
Yeah, I mean, Showstopper, it's not going to kill anyone.
Okay.
As you
Why
mentioned,
not
they kind of
shoot?
just leave the site open.
Just shoot
so
a
it does
random,
give
bro.
entry to the
Maybe
side of
it's kill
T1,
someone.
but now they don't have
You know?
that Showstopper. Big rotation coming in around the bend here from the side of Paper X, trying to come in from behind. Meanwhile, something just going to hold by himself.
Oh, no,
Gonna throw in
no.
the Barrage that immediately gets taken down. As now something going to get blinded
Oh,
by the
no!
but he gets out. They're
Kevin!
not able to take him down, and now something's looking for the kill. Not
Oh
quite gonna
no,
get the
you
shot, but now
so
the flank
spray,
is coming
bro.
in from the side of Paper X. That's already a kill to
sucked.
the side of Dubai. They finally do take out Forsaken and something
Okay.
on the backside of this one.
I
A lot of
believe
time as T1
T1
trying to
gonna
flood
win
the
this
site
round.
once again. In goes Jing looking for it, but he gets shot in the side. Mindfreak trying to pull off the clutch here, and he is going to get
Oh,
another
Mr.
one, make
Plus
it
Mindfreak.
3. As not enough time to go for the defuse, but trying to get this kill
Ah!
lastly as Mindfreak will pick up his 4th, and then
Yes,
immediately
win,
dives
win,
the
win,
round
win.
to the
I
side of
take that,
T1.
But
take
it's
that.
so expensive for
take
T1
that.
in so many ways.
Yeah.
Not
Bro,
just with the
Kevin's so
ultimates, but
spray,
also
bro.
with the
Oh my
economy.
God, bro.
I mean, yeah, you're going to be able to get half armors
bro.
and the Vandals in,
Message.
but you had to spend
Ini
so much
biji
just
ya,
to get
pro
this one
player
round.
spray gitu.
And
Dengan jarak
it's
sedekat
just
itu.
brilliant here from Paper X in
Kalau
terms
kau
of just
apa ranknya masih
making the
platinum
best of a bad
ke bawah itu,
situation. You know, playing
aku
for retake the
percaya
whole way on that A site,
memaklumi gitu kalau
expecting
kau
the
seperti
off
ini.
the rip
Ini itu
ultimate
bro, pro
usage.
player, bro.
Even though they have a good flank setup, it looked like it might collapse when
Okay, anti-KP,
Dubai got that
anti-KP.
first kill, but
At least your team won.
somehow
bro.
T1's able to stabilize and push through
No.
A link. Get a lot of damage done.
Ooh,
Jinx,
don't push,
a lot of players there.
don't push, Jing.
The fall line.
Oh, some extra value. Extra
Okay,
does
nice,
get the one
good.
kill per minute.
my
Now
God.
Jing is getting in
Oh,
their
no,
face
he's blind.
here. Oh, he's going
Oh, he's got
but he
two,
still
bro, he's
takes
got
down
two.
two
Okay.
with the showstopper.
Okay.
Now Rossi trying to clutch it here. He's got a swing.
Okay.
He's going to take him down.
Okay.
Just a little bit of extra damage, but now Mike Freak coming in from behind, and Rossi has no chance. As both those guys so good in the clutch, but Mind Freak taking the unfair fight from behind.
That's what I said, bro. That's what I said, bro.
Correct, they do pick that one up.
Bro,
as Jing
just shoot.
punishes them
Just shoot.
outside of
Maybe
A.
kill someone.
I mean,
And
it's so
Jing
hard
shoot.
because
I
no
don't know
other
what he
team
shoot,
in the
but
world
he's
would
got
do
two.
this. Like, you get out of there, you think, okay,
Bro,
we'll
he's
just
blind and
leave a
he's
player to
shooting.
hold the angle in case he
And he's
pushes,
got two.
and then he
That's
just
lucky.
keeps going. Showstopper is online, and he's just like, nope, I'm coming for you. And they try to dizzy to get out, but it's too late. Rossi doing what he can, but It's just so brutal, and now you're, because you had to spend everything in that previous round just to get
Izu
half
belum
armors
bunuh
and
satu
vandals,
Izu.
you're back to broke for T1. Oh, the spam through almost catches. Paint Shell's will force Mind Freak back there, but long lurk from Xcurate. He's gotten pretty deep, but Device seems aware. Oh, what a play!
Oh, okay, nice Rossi. What a way to
Well,
steal.
they're going to take down Xcurate, but Rossi getting kind of a free classic kill, as now they're trying to essentially flood onto the B site, but we do have that Rolling Thunder utilized here against the ego of T1, and now Saya's going to pick up a Vandal. A chance for him to try to clutch it out, but he does get blinded. That's going to be the end of him. 3 kills going
Wah,
over to
itu jelas yang
Forsaken.
sulit ya, Gen.
As they
Antara
do have
menghindari
to,
flash atau
use some
menembak
stuff to
musuh
get
ya.
that round, but still a round win is a round win.
Yeah, I mean, but this utility usage from Forsaken is so brutal. And he's so good to react to, you know, what's going on the map. As soon as he realizes that market's been taken while they're crossing mid, he's like, oh, time to use the Rolling Thunder to bail out Mind Freak, because Mind Freak's probably screaming for help on B side. He's like, they're coming, I'm all alone, please help. And he sets up Mind Freak so nicely. Mind Freak reading the first player, and then the stunned up second player gets 2 big kills. The jump in from Jing is insane!
And they're all
Jing?
aligned. Jing's
Wow,
gonna pick up 2.
okay.
Does get punished here by Xcurate on the backside of that, but
That's
really
not
nice
a
setup.
nice
Just reading
trade, bro.
once again exactly what T1 are gonna
2
do.
dead and 1 kill.
not fair,
That's
dude.
not
He's just
nice
so good
trade.
at that. There's so
But
few
it's okay.
races
We
that can
take that,
do
you
what
know.
he does, and it's impossible to really
because that.
always prepare for it. I mean, you could do your
But
best.
because that's super
You can try to set
versatile.
up counter trap plays. Xcurate is going to be able to use the kill on the Jing
Okay.
to get the neural theft, get some information, but it's a very spread out formation here from Paper X, so it's going to make it a little bit tricky for T1 to really identify a weak side. And immediately, Paper X is going to spread into a 2-2.
Okay.
Yeah. They just spread out and they say, okay, well, that's not going to give you too much information as to exactly where to push. And just going to try to push
Okay,
through the
just
door.
push.
Some early information for the side of Paper X. As now the Omen ult's committed to, and they're just going to try to wrap back around towards A, actually, and break through the Sage wall.
I like the decisiveness here from Xcurate
Bro,
T1.
something alone
They know that that
on
ult
A.
is likely to be a flank
on
angle
main.
taken by Paper X, and that they're potentially walking into a trap. So this is good recognition here from T1. Now it's going to have to be another retake for Paper X. This spike plant should be uncontested. I don't think something's going to get there in time.
Spike planted.
Very close, but not quite going to happen. Here's the camera as he is trying to challenge here just by himself. But there's the res on the Jing, by the way, and we do have this Thrash coming out now from the side of Carpe. He is going to catch one just to buy some time, but
This
5
almost
members
broke.
of Paper X are bearing down on this site. Rossi trying to challenge early. This once again trying to buy some time,
Okay.
and now the double swing comes out from the side of Paper
Wow.
X, and they easily clean
Indeed,
up the
indeed.
site afterwards. Mind
It's,
Freak with another double
very
headshot.
difficult
This
situation,
guy
no?
is on fire on this map.
It's just amazing the layers to what Paper X does. You know, it looks like it's a great read from T1, and Paper X has backup plans behind it. They're like, yeah, sure, we're going to seed that site. We're going to commit, you know, to the flank angle in case you take B, but we have the res online, and we know that, you know, it looked like we sacrificed
Yes,
Jing
crispy
early, he
iron
still gets 2
from
kills,
Mind
but the fact is that they have the res to also then pick him up along the way for the retake. That round is actually insanely brilliant from Paper X.
It absolutely is, and that's going to be the second timeout called early on the side of T1. Once again, right after round 9, just to try to bail themselves out. On the first map, it was 8-1 at this point. Now it's 7-2, so slightly closer, but you can see that August still has a ton to say.
Sure. I mean, it's... Look,
Kalian
you
tahu,
know it's
aku
gonna
baru
be a
sadar
tough
bahwa
match
hanya
coming
Paper
into
X,
Paper X with the
tim
form
Paper
they've been
X
showing this
di
weekend.
APA
For
Asia
sure, you
Pasifik
want to
yang
try to get
pelatihnya
some
cuma 1.
semblance of confidence
Alex
factors
aja.
T1,
Yang lain
you know,
tuh
going
pelatih,
into
terus ada
your
asisten
next
pelatih,
match, whatever
itu
it may be.
partnernya. 2 pelatih.
This, I mean, this doesn't feel good no matter who you are.
Dan Paper X
You know how
berhasil
good the
menjadi
Paper X is, but you
tim
want to give them a
paling
good showing. You
favorit
want to keep it close like you did earlier
King of
in this
Apak.
stage. But so far, it's been all Paper X all the time, and you are 1 away from a showstopper and a no command here. So some orbs could be challenged, but that's been another tough thing is Paper X is so aggressive off the rip, it's tough to even get to those orbs. Because Paper X is cutting you off now.
Yeah.
The good news is that the A orb is a little bit more takeable. It is just Divine Mind Freak, but it's tough to worry about that paranoia. You know, making the wall, of course, potentially going to come up.
Push.
For now, just slow orbs. Just a little bit of space given up here as Paper X knew they couldn't contest with that much utility.
Yeah. Paper X pushing out a B as well as Device is going to say no to that boom bomb, say hello, and then shoot it down. And this push is still coming in onto A, but the full wraparound just coming out from Paper X.
To look back.
Already through the spawn. And now just going to break
Oh,
down the
no.
wall, and Device like, hello,
Oh, no.
I'm here. Who do you think put up that wall? It was me.
It's a showstopper gone too.
Uh-oh. Meanwhile, Jing just going to fly through and maybe just distract him? Not sure. Still
tidak.
just going to get the job
T1,
done.
aku kenapa
As,
merasa kasihan ya
Jing
pada T1 nya?
didn't get the kill, but it doesn't
Aku
quite
menurut
matter.
Paper X tapi
It's
merasa
too
kasihan pada
I don't
T1.
think so.
Tapi enti lah enti.
It's got to be so
Maksudku,
frustrating.
T1 sudah sejauh
I mean,
ini ya. Dia mereka
You know,
sudah
most
semifinal
teams would
ya.
be, with that much pressure, would be like, okay, we're going to pull back, we're going to set up for, you know, a post plan or a retake, or maybe try to cut them off as they're planning, something like that. But instead, Divide's just like, you guys, I know your guys' buy sucks, like, I'm just going to take advantage of that. And, you know, again, they fed the orb over to Saya player to maybe give themselves a opportunity to Thrifty, and it's just ripped right out from underneath them.
See, this time he's not going to pull out the showstopper right away. He did that on a previous round where they used quite a lot.
Pushing, bro. That's a bad
They got their
pushing.
second round with it. Now he's going to pull out the showstopper. Just to see. But again,
If
the
you
site's
not-
cleared from
if you-
Paper X. They read this, they
if
say,
you
okay,
want to
he's got
push,
his ult online,
but
let's
you
just not be
stop
here.
in middle
And it's
of
the same
the
idea that we
process.
saw the last time the showstopper was there
Yes,
for
I
Paper
did.
X. This time they're overwhelming the flank angle.
If you want to
with
push, just
Paranoia.
push. Go
He's
on
backs him
side,
off
clear the
momentarily.
side.
Right, is taking everybody down. Excurate. He's got Saya player with him. Saya does pick up one. Excurate is going to just wait, try to get some extra value. Picks up two. He's holding on to the site for now. But now he's up against the
Jangan
showstopper.
dipojok.
Two members on the side of Paper X. Is now going to shoot him in the back, but Mind Freak
Why
is
you
able
running,
to just barely. That's
Excellent.
getting pretty dangerous.
Why you running,
Still
bro?
a Paper X victory.
He was so
Just use
close.
the
That was
calm
so
aim,
well
bro.
played by
Why-
Excurate. He outguessed them every step of the way. Knew his box wouldn't be checked. It got spammed briefly, but because there was no reaction from him, something assumed it was clear. And then Excurate just waits. Divide again gets shot in the side of the head, and oof, what a reaction from Mind Freak too. But I mean, they're all just like, "What? Did you not check
Yeah,
that
the
corner?"
Excurate
I guarantee
panic,
that's
bro.
what that was. Did you not check that corner? And something's
He's
like, "Well,
panic.
I spammed through
Wait.
it, but you must I just
Nice
must have
off.
missed," you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
They were definitely caught off guard by that.
Maksudku
You can
pengalaman
tell
dia tidak
by their
sejauh
reactions. But Mind Freak, once again, he's so reliable. And I
adiknya
feel like he
ya.
gets stronger
Karena dia
the less allies he
pindahan dari
has alive.
CSGO.
Jing is just going to start us off with the first kill. Carpe trying to swing on here, but Mind Freak takes him down. Mind Freak also gets a second onto Rossi immediately after the null command. And once again, the
ngelamun.
wings are
Excellent
clipped
ngelamun.
on the side of T1, and there is no momentum for them to continue pushing.
It's. I mean, you give up any space.
Oh,
This
no.
Paper X team, they're giving,
Oh,
and they just punch
Okay.
right back, dude.
Anti-side.
Shuck.
The early part of this round, you know,
What I just said,
T1 is lining up for another big
13-6.
A execute. And
I-
immediately off the rip,
I'm
there's
gonna
like
change
fault
my
lines,
mind.
paranoias to slow
But
them
it's half
down
time.
to allow
Half time,
Jing
okay,
to
okay.
get the tiles, and then everybody's flooding
Still,
towards the flanks of
13-6.
T1 through their spawn and just
I will guess it.
merciless from
Yes.
Paper X.
13,
You give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
6.
Yeah.
I think 13
And so far,
is
T1
for
have not been
Paper
able to
X
fight back
and
at
6
all.
is
We saw
for
that
T1.
DRX was able to, in their series, and at least, you know, calm things down and go over to
Okay.
Ascent and have a nice map win and kind of challenge this team. But at the moment, we have not seen that really at all from the side of T1. They have a total of 5 rounds so far in 2 maps. So definitely feeling, I would imagine, a bit dejected by the way this one has gone. But as you've said many a time, Clinton, Paper Thin, it's pretty difficult when you're going up against this team.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice. Oh, absolutely. We've been saying a few of those. A few sheeshes come out today. It's just they're just so good, man. It's like when they're really all kind of executing their game plan, reading the maps well, you know, whether it be whoever's kind of calling plays, you know, like they said in the interview yesterday that Forsaken will do like pistols through bonus, maybe a few other kind of meta game calls, but otherwise it's been a lot of like something in Jing calling plays for themselves, and that's given them these confidence the confidence to make these moves, right? You see something early in the rounds, taking space, whether it be with an op or just a guardian, to get those early picks, and then it's like, okay, now we're going to change it up. Now we're going to have Jing do it, and it's going to be Jing's turn to start running them over in the beginning of rounds.
Okay, half time.
It's just so oppressive.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy how much value this Breach is getting
Forsaken is so aware,
across the board, like
he's so
every
aware.
single round. It's like, why are we not seeing more of this? And it really does show you that Forsaken really can just play anything. He's like, okay, you need to play Breach, playing Breach, pulling him out. Oh, playing him
Bro,
to a high
Forsaken, he
level.
can
As we
play
know, the paranoia
any
coming
he
through, and
wants,
it
bro.
seems to not
He's
matter.
trolling,
Izu
bro.
is going to be taken down.
Report him.
And
Report
the
him.
push is not stopped
He's
at all. I
trolling.
mean, T1 is over here,
Every
and
match
they're trying to
intensity.
swing onto the site.
Okay.
Extra, it does get one.
Okay.
Rossi for a
T1.
follow-up
I
kill.
believe.
Deep's gonna come
I
down.
believe.
Forsaken, though, holding onto the site.
Okay, I believe.
They have this plant ready. Nice blast coming out here in the
I
spam.
believe.
Onto the site is not going to work out. T1 do clear it out, and they pick up a pistol for themselves.
Nice.
This is good utility usage here from T1 that gets them this round. The constant staggering of those flashes makes it really difficult for Paper X to ever get comfortable, start holding angles. A couple kills here and there, but otherwise that is another much needed pistol round win for T1. See, it's the over flashes from Rossi, it's the dizzy, it's everything you need here. And they're hitting a lot of Paper X players and then using that wall against Divide, knowing that you have enough room to get up on top of it. Really well thought out by T1.
There's a fan in the audience that is screaming, let's go T1 every single round. I hope...
I mean, he's got plenty.
He's trying. He's trying his hardest, as we can tell.
Oh no.
And they really do need it at this point. Izu, gonna get a nice
Okay,
check
nice,
here
Izu.
on the Mind Freak, who was just hanging out by himself in tiles. As now, Saya seems to have a good read on where this repush is going to come in.
Bad timing, bro, bad
That makes it
timing.
very easy. Carpe there and Izu actually to help out in clearing that.
From Paper X. That's a
Just
big
Divide
one.
with a Sheriff and 60 health. Already used his heal once. Not going to be able to find
Okay.
anything else. Flawless round for T1, Valdez.
Flawless.
I mean, that's okay. It's something. It's a start. And the real question is there any real teeth to this second half for T1? Are they going to be able to string much else together once the guns come into hand for Paper X? That's been all but lights out for them. I mean, they've won
Wait.
2 gun rounds
Okay.
so far in both these maps. Once in the first half
Bro,
on
I just
Lotus,
realized that one tap
and then
from
one essentially gun v gun
Saya
round. I mean,
use
they did win,
Vector, bro.
you know, their anti-bonus round, but excuse me, yeah. But other than that, when it's been all evens, they've been having a tough time. And of course, you know, just 2 Bulldogs and some Spectres. A lot to do here
Bro, your tripwire
for the side of T1.
is so
Execute gonna try to
predictable.
sneak in
actually.
up close.
You can do better.
See if he can mimic what Divide did earlier. Oh, he
Oh,
just revealed
no.
his position though.
Well, he's still going to get one at least.
Okay, we take that, bro. We take that.
As now we have the Thrash coming out here.
You must shoot
Something looking
when
to
the
open up the
smoke's
back of
still
the
on,
site.
bro.
Not going to get much value.
Oh.
Rossi with the
Ooh,
quick
Rossi.
headshot, and now out the left
Okay,
side.
we
Jake
take that.
tries to trade 1 for 1. Something now going to give it his try.
Okay.
As 1-5-1,
Ooh.
the Paper X
Carpe.
members try to force their way onto the site. And it will not really work out for them.
Yeah, and this might be one of those rounds that Alex isn't going to be thrilled about. Giving up too much to T1. Mind Freak's been insane in clutches, but not
Okay.
this time. Izu
Nice,
has the better of him. That's a huge round
for
for
T1
T1.
menang ya.
That's the bonus there.
I'm
as
supporting
well,
Paper X,
so
but I
talking about
really
needing to win some
want
rifle rounds. Don't
T1.
even need rifles to win
want
this one. I
this-
thought this might
this
go
map.
awry when Excurid, had to reveal his position right around the corner, but Carpe just ADS'd in and letting him walk out in front of him. Let's see if maybe there's a little bit of a bounce back here for
Yeah.
T1 in this half, right?
Carpe didn't look very happy. But, you know, not too much to be happy about. I think this is only the beginning of the comeback, right? Should be happy with that at least, but there's still a lot of work to do, I
Okay.
would imagine.
What did I just say? What did I just say? 13-6. Oh, no, he was
swinging
playing,
out
bro.
the left side, and Izu can't quite lock it down.
Okay.
Excurid gets
Oh,
one, but now
nice.
he's got the spotlight in his face. Excurid picks up 2. They're trying to punish him here. It's the boom bomb, not gonna work, but Jing is gonna get in there. He's got a Spectre. Saya also
the
not
side-
gonna hit the shot, and Paper X are in onto the A site just like that.
What Paper X does, and if worst comes to worst, there's a showstopper here for Jing.
He's just gotta stay safe until they potentially use that. As Rossi will be spotted, and there's 3 people looking at him, and they do shut it down. That's a thrifty to the side of Paper X. And I thought Alex might call a timeout after that last round, but maybe it's a good thing that he didn't, because they still come back here with a pretty aggressive and dominating next round.
And my guess is he probably liked what he heard in the comms after that round and didn't feel the need to call a timeout. Like, he probably heard them saying, "Okay, guys, let's stop giving them the free, kills there. Let's play off of each other." And you can see there that time,
I just said,
Paper X
13-6.
was working off of each other much better.
I think it's so close.
But that's
It's so
what gets
close.
them over the line in that round. Jing, of course, is just blast packing around your back, and you have to try to 360 on him, and good luck with that.
Yeah. It's not easy with the raise that is that mobile. Extra this time he's going to utilize the camera. Help him out with that now, trying to capitalize on that, not quite able to.
Yeah, the bait play with Izu set up there. Off that camera to try to go for the paranoia, but something wise to it. Ducks away just in time. It's a little bit slower round for Paper X. Feeling this out.
Bro, stop pushing, bro. Stop pushing, bro.
Oh, he actually did a bunch of damage to Extra too. I mean,
Bro,
like,
X was so low.
he just knows. He's like, okay, the
That's
second guy
fine.
there, I'm just gonna one tap real quick. Let me just chunk his health down to 11. Why don't I? And just like that, it's a slow push from Paper X. Something gets a lot of value early on, and they will continue towards A.
It's just so brutal. And they're not going to reveal their presence until that boombot comes out. The fault line is right onto
Bro, you
X-Curate.
low.
They've got
Why
this
you-
solo red, but X-Curate still gets one, gets the neural theft out.
Yeah, that's pretty huge.
Something.
Does get that
Yes,
going
bro.
as now the flank is coming
Why
in.
he's
Saya as
jumping
well
around, bro?
on the back of the side. Double swing here from Carpe and his buddy. T1 have a chance, but Rossi
Bro,
gonna swing a bit early, and Divine will punish
Bro,
that.
let Trash go
Angle
first,
so
then
difficult
yours.
to read.
Then you go, bro. Okay.
Hello.
Watch him come down, and Tobias
Go
just
far.
crispy with it. Gonna take down Carpe, and Saya
Why you
is
not
all
wait?
alone.
Saya go in.
He's got a Vandal. And he has a decent shot here. Let's see if he can get it done. The satchel, though, is going to give away his position, and Divine immediately takes him down. That is 12 rounds now to the side of Paper X.
I mean, it's just so it's
Match
so
point.
frustrating
Okay.
to play against
Okay,
Paper
okay.
X because of stuff
What did
like
I
that.
just
that
say?
you've
What did I
never
just say,
seen
bro?
before. You never
13
anticipated
six.
that
13-6,
angle
it was
for
close,
that
it was
utility,
close.
and then Divine, the way that he's set up to play against it. It's just such a wide
Okay, I
angle.
will
You're
make
not
a
really
bet. I
expecting
will
somebody
make a
to
bet.
hold there.
It's 13-6
So
is
annoying,
real.
and then he just stands there.
I
He's
will
like, "Oh,
do
you're gonna mosh
100
me?
push-up.
That's cool."
100 push up.
I've got a gun.
Not gonna lie,
yeah,
I
More
will do it.
damage.
Guns
If
better than
13-6
green
is
goo.
real,
Yeah.
it's real. Okay.
Clearly, at least in the hands of Divine. Here we go once again. Jing is in, and T1 have not cleared the site for this. As it's going to hit Carpe behind the boxes. And that's going to be a kill over to Forsaken as well. Saya at least able to challenge him, but this is looking pretty
I
much
think,
a done deal.
it's not
Point.
gonna
Paper
happen
X
for 36.
swarming the site. Expert Desperate does get a very nice
Excellent.
first shot. As Jing will take him down though, and it's up to Saya. But there's a
I think it's
reason
GG,
as
bro. I think it's
well.
GG.
So now he's got to go 1v4. He's got a thrash in his face. That is one kill over to the side of
Oh,
Saya, but that's
GG.
going to do it. Paper X take the match 2-0.
It's not happen.
Dominance
13-6.
from Paper Rex.
I will not do push up.
And look out, world. They're back.
But GG,
They
next,
are
next,
back.
next. Great game.
W Gaming
Great game. Great
continues its reign of destruction in Pacific. Just a brutal day for T1. It was Paper X right from the get-go. They started this match with 8 rounds in a row before T1
thank you
could
for
ever
watching.
find any
Bye.
success.
I only watch
It
favorites on
Never
T1.
felt comfortable for
Other
T1,
teams,
ever.
I don't know.
It never looks comfortable for them, and they still
see you
do not
back
have a map
soon.
win